Okay, hello. So for anyone who saw my previous videos, you will know that I recently bought one of these, which is the JXD S7800B handheld console. So as we discussed before, it's an Android tablet, which through the inclusion of these nubbins on it allows you to install emulators and use it as a retro gaming tablet, but also allows you to run Android games in the same way. So Android games which natively would be better running using these controls rather than the on-screen ones, you can map them and use them fine. So this is the device I have then. What I also did, so let me just move this out of the way, is because the price was just utterly amazing, I bought one of these. Really, I don't know why. I mean, the price was literally £70, like 65 actually. And these things new, which wasn't too long ago, were way over £200. So, and you know, when I researched the two, there was a few reviews that basically said that the JXD was better than the Wikipad, and I'm sure the JXD is much better in ways of configurability, installing custom ROMs, installing custom firmware, but this thing always appealed to me a little bit more. Which one I'm going to prefer at the end of this, I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. I may sell one, I may keep both, I'm not quite sure. But for £70, well, it was worth a go. And obviously the main benefits of this one are that the tablet and the controller are separate. You can separate the tablet out and you can use it as a tablet, and then once you slot the tablet into the controller handheld piece, then you essentially have what's the same as the JXD, but it's a little bit more bulky. We'll probably see that when we get it out. I've never seen or touched this, so it's just what I've seen online. So it's a little bit more bulky, but effectively the specs are around about the same. It's a 16 gig internal memory with a 1 gig DDR inside it, expandable out to 32 through an SD card. So it's more or less the same thing, and there's not huge differences. This one though came from a Kickstarter, and as such I think it will be a little less customizable. I could probably go online and prove myself wrong really quickly, but I think this is sort of a more a Western professional product, let's say, compared to the the Chinese version, which is the JXD. So just got this today, just turned up. Let's do the unboxing. Not much you can see on the outside package. You can see a picture of it, you can see it's wrapped quite nicely. On the back of it you can see it's powered by the NVIDIA Tegra chipset. It's also PlayStation certified, which I've not really delved into what that does, but I assume that means I can play PlayStation Store games on it that are compatible on an Android device. And again, it's Android technology. Created by Wikipad, as we said, it was a Kickstarter, so I think it was supposed to be a 10-inch, and then it came down to a 7-inch. It went through all sorts of issues for the Kickstarter itself, but it's had pretty favourable reviews. So I'm going to just pull open this little knife here and cut down the sides. So the packaging for this. So we go with a Wikipad, with a sleeve type design. There's the sleeve, there's a blue inside, as you can see. Nothing else much with that, just a nice sleeve, with a nice blue inside. There's certainly, I mean, this is packaged a lot better than the JXD was. As you might see in my first video, the JXD was rattling around a bit in the box, had very minimal protection. The clip had actually come out on the side of my JXD, so you can see already this is a differently designed product. It's a more Apple vein. Again, we have the box with the blue. This will be the branded blue with the lid. This on here. Here we have the Wikipad tablet itself. It's quite small without the controller around it, so it's a 7-inch tablet, as you can see. Very well built. I mean, this is a standard Android tablet. A nice chunky back, good feel to it. Very well built, very impressive. We've got on the side here the micro SD slot. The bottom here is the USB, the micro USB, to connect into the pad, and I guess you can also use that for charging it or other things. On the back here, we've got a volume buttons. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen. So we've got the volume buttons, we have the on-off button, headphones, there's a microphone there. I'm never quite sure if the JXD has a microphone, to be honest. I'm sure it must have, but I've never managed to check it yet. I can't see one. And then we've got again a micro HDMI port on there. So again, micro SD, charging port, nothing much on here. Up and down volumes, power on off, headphones, micro SD. Again, very well built. You can see this is, this is a different sort of class of device to the JXD from a build perspective. You can see there's a cover here. This has got pictures on it, so you can't leave the cover on as a screen protector. So that has to come off whether you like it or not. So I'm not sure this will power on yet. So let's put it to the side while we look at the rest of the box, and then we'll try and power it on in a moment. Going back to the box. So this lid comes out. Yeah, just a foam top. I could probably use that actually. I've been waiting for the foam to arrive for my JXD. For those who remember, I've got the JXD here, and I've been waiting for some foam to arrive to put it in. But actually, I could probably use that. It's quite nice. About the right size and shape, and I'm going to have a play with that later. So, and then to the rest of the box. So, pull out the ancillaries. We have the quick start guide, which is nice. There's nothing like this with the JXD. We've got a little cleaning cloth with it, which is again, that's quite nice. As I said, with the JXD, I don't read quick start guides, and I'm not even going to start with a Wikipad. Looking inside the box, we have the power adapter here, the UK plug on one side. This is US here. So somehow I'm going to have to work out how to connect all this together. There you go, like this. So it's got a US adapter. It's actually US ends here, so you can see it's a US plug. But pop that down, slip it in there, and it's now a US plug. You can see it's fairly standard. So compared to the GXD, which had its own standard charging port, this is charging through micro USB, like every other device that you have. I've got dozens of those cables. Actually, when I travel, I've only got one key one, which is the one that I got with my Kindle, which is a really high quality one, and that just does every device that I've got. So I don't even need to take this. So, but it's handy. Got it there. Just put that to the side. Also in the box is the cable. Again, nice cable. Looks very well. No issues with that. Not as nice quality as the one I've got with the Kindle, but this is decent standard fair cable. So nothing else here that pulls out, and there's nothing underneath it. And finally, in the box, we have the actual handheld piece itself, which is this. So let's just have a final look at the box. This pulls out, just blue inside, nothing else inside there, and that's it. That's your lot. So what we're left with is the handheld piece. We have the tablet itself. You can see a camera on the front there. You can notice, so camera on the front here. You notice there is no camera on the back. So there is actually two cameras with the JXD, one front, one back. Neither which I'll ever use, neither which are probably any good at all. You can see the two speakers here on the back, so you've got these stereo speakers. There's two speakers there. From what I remember from any review I have read of this, this device is passive on the speaker side. So essentially, when it slots in, the sound comes out of here, goes down the device, and comes out with these speakers. So I'm reasonably sure they're passive, which is probably good in some. Yeah, they are. You can see. You just look. You see. Just right in the corner there, you can see the little hole where that speaker will line up with. On here, that will line up with that hole right in the corner. Just see it there at the bottom left hand side. And here, those will line up. These will line up with that, and it'll just transport the sound across. I've used passive speakers on my iPad for years without any major issues. So that's what we've got there. Got this to here. As I said, compared to the JXD, this is much bulkier. You can feel it's bulkier. It actually has a nice feel in the hand so far, so it feels a bit like an elongated PlayStation controller. I've got the triggers here, left and right, R2, right 2, F1, R1. So far we've got the sticks, a couple of buttons here, probably start and play or something. Your standard 4 buttons, A, B, X, Y here, and a 4-way here. So my initial feeling here is these are not great quality. These feel quite plasticky, that sort of plastic which is covered in silver. Personally, I would prefer them to remain black and of the same sort of quality as these sort of things. It's got this sort of tacky, chromy look to it, which I'm not liking at the moment. These don't feel great in the finger. Little bit sort of cheap feeling. So the feel of this is nice, feels nice in the hand. You can see there, 2 passive speakers on the bottom. You can see just inside where the USB pass-through is, micro USB. There is a pass-through for charging. Let's pull this off here. So there's your pass-through for charging. So you can charge it while you're using it. So if it's in the device, you can push it in here and you can charge it through there. It's a nice rubberized feel. This is a rubberized feel to it. This is obviously just support here. Feel. You can sort of see there the chromy cheapness really of the buttons. So good feel in the hand. What I will say is these sticks feel immediately a lot better than the ones which are on the JXD. The sticks feel much better. The movement feels a bit better. They just have a better sort of quality feel to them. They don't feel like they're going to snap, whereas the JXD ones do. So that's this. Not really much else to say about it. There's the logo for Wikipad. So feels nice. The device itself. Let's see if it powers on. It may or may not. I don't know what the battery's like. If you do remember, the JXD was as dead as a doornail. Let's try this. It's powering on there. I believe it has a few pre-installed games on it, which I'm not going to show here. This is just a very basic unboxing. So let's see if it just powers on. Nice feel though. This tablet does feel really nice, really good quality, nice rubberized back on it. You've got the Wikipad logo. It's got a nice feel. Oops, making a beeping noise. Your battery is getting low, I know that. Okay. Welcome, so UK. I'm not going to connect to my Wi-Fi just yet, so let's skip that for now. Let's skip the Google account stuff. Not now. Okie doke, fine. I'm certainly not Pacific time. Let's go all the way down GMT. London, Dublin. Ignore the current time. It's actually right, so that's great. Tablet belongs to David. Do a last name. Google services, yeah, that's fine. Finish. Okay, so now there's a little sort of guide on how to use the tablet. This wasn't present at all on the JXD. You switched it on and you worked it out yourself. So this is already quite, more slicker, customer experience. Whereas the JXD is more for the fiddler, for the tweaker. This device is much more compatible for a consumer. Now you're still going to have the same problems you've got with the JXD, fiddling ROMs backwards and forwards. But you can see straight away this is more designed for for Christmas, for the kids, for the more passive consumer. And probably more if you're using Android games through the Play Store than using ROMs through emulators. And I'm pretty sure this probably won't be rooted. So that tells me I've got to touch that. How to touch an app? Yeah, it's fine. Updating a catalog. That's fine. So some sort of games account going on there. I don't know where that's come from. You can see on here as well it has the standard touch screens for an Android. If I want to go back, if I want to tab it, if I want to go home. So there's a home screen. You can see it's the same flavour as of Android that's on the JXD. It's the 4.2.2. Still don't know what it's called, KitKat or something. And you can see on here I can play some music, play some books, register it. I've got the camera set up here. These are the pre-installed games. So pre-installed we've got Dead Trigger, Dead Zone, and HN Wikipad, which is a hockey game. PlayStation stuff down here, Wikipad games button here, Tegra Zone, Envision, and that's it. So I'm gonna charge this up now and start having to play with the games, start trying to get some emulators on it, see what the feel is like to the JXD. Again, if I drop it in, as I think you probably already know, this tablet slides in like this. Okay, let me switch it on. It slides in like that, unlock it, and you basically use it. You can use it in that way. So here's my Wikipad running like that. But what, the beauty of this device is you can slot that out and then just use it as a standard Android tablet, which is quite nice. It's quite desirable. If you, the one thing with the JXD is if you start trying to use it as a tablet and all the buttons are in the way, it's a little bit of a pain. So just to summarise, really nice quality tablet itself, nice quality buttons, lovely quality back. The OS looks nicely, smartly set up. Like I said, it looks like it's a slightly modified version of 4.2.2. It is well set up for the home consumer with some stock games on there, some buttons to access some of the different stores. So it's a slicker consumer experience. This itself feels nice in my hand. You can feel it fine. These are nice. The feel of these buttons is a little cold, a little bit cheap, a little bit chromy. And I'm pretty sure I don't like that at the moment. So there you go. There's an unboxing of the device. So far pretty pleased with it. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be as configurable as the JXD, but I also knew that it had this independent tablet design and this separate console box. So £70 through eBuyer is where I got this. 65. They even had versions of it through eBuyer which were less than £60, second-hand versions. So obviously ones that have been sent back in, they're probably as good as new. But for a brand new one for 65 quid, considering these were over £200 new, and it's still 50 quid less than you would pay for JXD. If you don't need the configurability, if you don't need the ability to tweak around and install different firmwares on it, this seems like so far it's going to be a good option. But let me get charged up, let me get some games on it, let's have a go, and in a couple of weeks time I'll drop another little review on, showing you how it works, and maybe a little comparison, more side-to-side comparison with the JXD, and let you know after that time which one I preferred, and which one I would pick up first if I wanted to just quickly play some games. I suspect it's going to be the JXD at this point, but what I do have here is a tablet I can use in a much simpler way than the JXD. So, hope you enjoyed that little unboxing, and like I said, pretty happy with it so far, certainly for the price, and I shall upload in another couple of weeks. Thank you.